There is a name that has started appearing in your mind that has nothing to do with him. Maybe it happened this week. Maybe it happened last week and you have been trying not to look at it directly since. Someone showed up. Someone ordinary, in the sense that they are simply present in your life right now, at work, in your circle of friends, in your messages. And somewhere in the middle of an unremarkable conversation with this person, something in you responded. A flicker, a lightness, a version of yourself that felt, for a moment, unweighted. And then the guilt arrived so fast you almost missed the feeling itself underneath it. You are not supposed to feel this while you are still tangled in something as significant as a twin flame connection. That is the story you have been told, or the story you have told yourself. That real love does not leave room for anyone else to register. That if you are still in this deeply, truly soul-level bond, your attention should stay locked on him and only him, and anything else is proof that maybe this connection was never what you thought it was. Before you spiral into that conclusion, stay with what is actually happening in your body right now, because it is more specific than the story you are telling about it. If you are sitting with a question about whether this feeling for someone else means your connection was never real, or whether it means something is finally shifting in you, a reading built from your actual birth chart can show you what is genuinely happening in this connection right now, not what the mind is guessing at. 3 a.m. This is not a generic reading. It is built from your exact birth details and read against the current sky, so it reflects where your bond stands today, not months ago. If this question has been sitting heavy in your chest, you can order yours right now, and it arrives directly to your inbox as both an audio reading and a written report you can return to. The link is in the description below. If you are the one feeling something unexpected for someone new while your nervous system is still bonded to your twin flame, leave a like and subscribe to stay connected. Drop the poll does not erase the bond in the comments to anchor this frequency. Here's what today's sky is quietly doing while this feeling has been surfacing in you. The moon sits in steady, sensual Taurus right now, which has a way of pulling attention toward whatever feels immediately soothing and physically present, rather than whatever is distant and unresolved. Mercury is finishing an unusually long stay in Cancer, a placement that has kept everyone's emotional processing slower and more internal for weeks, before it moves into Leo in a matter of days. That shift tends to bring buried feelings into the open right. Before it happens, the way pressure builds right before a door opens. This is not a coincidence in timing. It is the sky nudging things that have been sitting quietly in you toward the surface, so you actually look at them instead of burying them again. Here's the question underneath the guilt. Is this new feeling proof that the connection with your twin flame was not real, or is it something else entirely? Sit with what this new person actually offers you. In most cases, when this shows up during a twin flame separation, it is not because a deeper, more compatible love has arrived to replace what you had. It is because this person offers something your nervous system has been starved of for a long time: consistency, availability, the simple experience of someone responding when you reach out, without a delay that makes your chest tighten, ease in a place that has only known intensity. That is not a small thing to want. Wanting ease after prolonged uncertainty is not a betrayal of your bond. It is your body asking for a break from adrenaline. But ease and depth are not the same thing, and your body already knows the difference, even when your mind is trying to talk itself into confusing the two. Notice how you actually feel around this new person. Is it calm? Is it curious? Is it pleasant in the way a warm room is pleasant? Or is there the same charge, the same specific gravitational pull, the same sense of being recognized at a level that bypasses language entirely that you feel with him? For almost everyone who writes in with this exact question, the answer is that it is the first kind of feeling, not the second. Comfortable, not consuming. There is a psychologist named Dorothy Tenov who spent years researching this exact phenomenon, and her work explains what is happening in your mind with more precision than most people expect. Tenov coined the term limerence to describe a very specific mental state distinct from ordinary attraction. Limerence is involuntary. It is intrusive. It is defined by someone entering your thoughts uninvited, repeatedly, with a vividness that ordinary interest does not produce. And critically, Tenna found that limerence intensifies under conditions of uncertainty. The connection that is real but unresolved. The bond that has depth but no current form. Resolution, in either direction, tends to quiet limerence. Prolonged ambiguity feeds it. This is important because it means the intensity you feel for your twin flame is very likely a limerent state sustained by unresolved uncertainty, not disproven by a new, milder feeling for someone else. What you feel for this new person is something different and much smaller in scope. It does not have the involuntary, intrusive, repeating quality. It is pleasant. It is situational. It is almost certainly a response to relief, not a response to soul-level recognition. Two feelings can exist at once without one canceling the other. Your mind is capable of holding a deep, unresolved bond and a light, comfortable interest in someone new at the exact same time, without either one being a lie. Here is what tends to get twisted around in a divine feminine's mind during this exact stage. She assumes that if the connection with her twin flame were truly as significant as it felt, she would be immune to noticing anyone else. She uses the presence of this new feeling as evidence against her own bond, as if love that is real must also be a form of blindness. It is the opposite. The people most susceptible to what Tenna called limerence towards someone new during a period of prolonged separation are often the people who have been holding the most intensity for the longest amount of time. It is not weakness. It is not proof the original bond was smaller than you thought. It is the nervous system reaching for a moment of relief from a sustained, unresolved charge. Meanwhile, on his side of this, something is often happening that mirrors your experience more than you would expect. During prolonged separation, it is common for the divine masculine to also notice other people, sometimes even pursue something casual, precisely because the intensity of what exists with you is too much for a nervous system that has not yet built the capacity to hold it. His noticing someone else and your noticing someone else are frequently coming from the exact same root. Not the erosion of the bond, the overwhelm of it. The dynamic between you two during this stage often looks like both of you quietly testing whether something smaller, quieter, and easier can replace what neither of you has fully learned how to hold yet. It rarely can. Not because the universe is punishing anyone for trying, but because ease was never the missing ingredient. Capacity was. If you have been trying to figure out whether what you are feeling right now is actual progress toward healing, or just another loop dressed up as growth, that distinction gets a lot easier to see once you can look at it written down instead of carrying it all in your head. A simple month-by-month tracker, something built specifically to log where you actually are in the journey stages, the synchronicities that keep showing up, and how you are doing with your own healing separate from him, turns a swirl of confusing feelings into something you can actually observe with some distance. It becomes far easier to tell the difference between a real shift and a familiar pattern wearing a new face once you can see the pattern laid out in front of you instead of just feeling it. You do not need to force this new feeling away, and you do not need to act on it as though it proves anything final about your twin flame connection. Both of those responses come from the same place, an urgency to resolve the discomfort of holding two feelings at once. Instead, let the new feeling do what it is actually there to do. Notice what it is showing you about what you need. If it is ease you are craving, ask where in your own life, separate from any relationship, you can start building more of that for yourself. If it is being chosen consistently that you are craving, notice where you have stopped choosing yourself consistently first. Give yourself permission to feel drawn to someone without immediately needing to know what it means about your future. Most of these feelings settle on their own, once the nervous system gets even a small amount of the relief it was reaching for. You do not need to make a decision today. You do not need a verdict on your twin flame bond based on 1 week of noticing someone else's kindness. What you actually need right now is patience with yourself and clarity about what your body has been trying to tell you underneath the guilt. This is not the end of your story with him. It is your nervous system, tired from holding so much for so long, reaching toward whatever felt lighter in the moment. That is human. It is not a betrayal of anything sacred. Trust that the depth you feel for your twin flame will tell you what it is, the moment resolution actually arrives in either direction. Until then, be gentle with yourself for wanting a little ease along the way.